Stadium in Columbia, Missouri. Early season momentum at stake here as we have a Week 2 clash here on EA Sports College Football. It's the TCU Horned Frogs and the Missouri Tigers. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Holly Rowe, some interesting storylines setting up in this one.
I caught up with the Horned Frogs head coach before the game. This team has continued to shine, and he said his message to them in the locker room before the game was, this is our opportunity. They were not ranked to start the season and have continued to play their way into the conversation, but every week gets a little harder. He wants intensity and focus right out of the gate to prove to the world we belong, and we're going to keep making noise this season. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. Can't wait to see how this one unfolds. The Horned Frogs headed toward the ball, and we are ready for action. On the run from inside his own 5. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. They'll start this drive on the ground with Hardy.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
And he'll move his way forward to the first down. They'll mark it at the 35. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. The run inside. It's Hardy. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Missouri gets to the line quickly.
And it really doesn't matter who plays quarterback in this offense because Ahmad Hardy is option 1, 2, and 3. And you saw him a year ago, man. Not only does he have that home run speed to make big plays, but he also runs that stretch play so nice and breaks tackles and uses his physicality. Palmer, I bet you wish you had a guy like that in the backfield.
Yeah, and you mentioned the breaking tackles. That was really the thing. His contact balance and his ability to somehow stay on his feet on those outside zone plays were huge for Missouri's offense a year ago, and they're going to be looking to do that again. You better pack a lunch on defense every single time you're playing this guy. No question, we're expecting big things from him this season.
Here's a heat. Sliding to his left. Looking down the left side. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. That was not on the opening script of plays. The turnover as the defense makes a play early.
And on this opening drive, the offense trying to be aggressive, attacking deep down the field. But they're going to have to do a better job of taking advantage of those one-on-one matchups because that time the defense won. They were able to high point the football, creating the interception.
Looking for a gap. It's Payne. Good blocking up front. Great job following it. He's got 6 to the 18.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, go get positive yardage.
6-yard pickup on first down. Leaves them with 2nd and 4. To throw, it's Craig. Fires to the wideout. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
Well, even though that was an incompletion, I wouldn't be surprised if this secondary wants to start playing deeper coverages because this offense has shown that they're willing to be aggressive. They've got a lot of speed. This defense cannot allow any big plays here in the second half.
And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. And the Horned Frogs line up to punt it away. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines. Not his best work. Tigers setting out their offense, ready to get this drive started. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Well, to say that this guy was unblockable in their last game is definitely an understatement. He was living in the opponent's backfield. He does it again very early in this one, David. And I know he was a guy this offensive line and this coaching staff were concerned about, and early on, they don't have an answer for him.
I'm about to say that they still have the concerns because, geez, early on, he's in the backfield right away. Got to have some kind of an answer, man. First of all, maybe not run towards his side. Secondly, maybe we double team him, but there's got to be a plan because when you get near him, bad things happen for your offense.
Hauls it in. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 13.
It's tough on the defense there. 3rd down, you're in zone coverage. Everybody's watching the quarterback. You're trying to make a break on the ball, but he just got it out of his hands too quickly, and the throw was too accurate. Really nothing you can do there, and it's now a fresh set of downs.
They'll run it in the red zone. It's Hardy. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 of the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score.
The defense wins that one, and the offensive line was challenged by their coaching staff coming into this game to try and get push up front and establish the line of scrimmage. They're going to have to do a better job running than that if they're going to win this one.
Rushes on him. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Tigers!
Well, I know it's early this season, but it's obvious already. This guy is a major weapon in this offense. Had 2 touchdowns in his first game. He's now on the board right now. What a difference maker and a playmaker he's going to be this season for this offense.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And what a way to finish it with a 9-yard touchdown run. And he takes this from inside the 5. He gets across the 20 and out to the 21-yard line before he's stopped right there. Frogs offense takes the field ready to get going. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. And they'll knock him down. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Back to throw, it's Craig. It's complete on the right side. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
And that's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
They'll run the option. He'll toss it. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop.
And I like what this offense did. They run the option. They're good at it. They read it. They run the pitch. They get some positive yards. But more importantly, they set up a 4th and really short. They're successful in these situations most of the time.
The offense in its own end, still needing a couple of yards for the first down, but they'll stay out there and go for it on 4th. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He breaks a tackle. He's got enough for the first down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going. Really good job there. Don't force anything. Take your time, and he finds his man for the first down.
Yeah, and I think really good job by seeing the defense. Understand that they're dropping back. They're taking away most things. All right, get the ball to my running back. He can make plays after he catches it. Nice job by the quarterback seeing the situation and where to go with the football.
I like like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to...
Finds a spot in the middle. He found plenty of room, and he gets it to the 39-yard line. The Horned Frogs are moving quickly down the field. Looking to throw, it's Craig. He's going for the big play. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
Man, if you're going to win games, you have got to hit on the home run type plays, and that was a great opportunity right there. The receiver has got to be able to look that football in and make the catch.
Push down for the tackle.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Can't find a man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
Well, you can see why this team thinks this kid has a real bright future. It's amazing. He's only a true freshman. He's not built like one, though, and you saw it on that last play. Trust me, that is the first of many sacks in this kid's collegiate career.
They've already converted once on 4th down on this drive. They are unafraid to make everywhere 4-down territory. Unloads to the wideout. Can't hook up on the long throw, and 4th down goes by the boards for this offense.
You know, offensively in that situation, 4th down, you're throwing for it. Everything has to go right, or someone just needs to be able to make a play to keep the drive alive. They couldn't get it done, and now the offense is coming off the field.
Here's Hardy to begin the drive. What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one. Missouri wants to go fast.
And this offense gets nothing done on that play, but look at it. They're continuing to run this tempo. They want to try to do something to get a spark going to create a big play.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early and often. There are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
Defenses throughout the week study every 3rd down situation. You got to be ready for what they do, how they do it, and then be able to adjust. Great job by the offense so far having success.
Running inside, it's Hardy. And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the first period. That's it for the period, and Missouri has the lead. Let's take a peek at the numbers so far. Lots of time left and ready to go back at it here in the second quarter. First play of the period will be a 2nd down. Might be changing the route. Here's a give to Hardy. Maybe a crease. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers!
Now, after starting the season 0-1, this offense felt like they just left plays on the field in that first game. But so far today, they're taking advantage. QB is making good decisions. Guys are stepping up. They've limited the mental mistakes. They haven't turned the football over. It's a different-looking offense here in Game 2.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
So much for the tough field position. One play, and you're already to the 35. Going with the counter play here. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down.
Offensive coordinators just spend all offseason in a lab, and they just draw up stuff over and over again. How many times can I use misdirection? How many times can I use speed against the linebackers who flow so fast to the football? Really nice play design, a little misdirection. The defense didn't know what hit him. Big game for the offense.
They stop him at the 42, but they get it across midfield, pick up 10 and the first down.
Well, this team found themselves in a hole really quickly. Good things need to start happening, and they got to happen now. There's a big play that the offense desperately needed. A big pitch and catch. That's going to give them some confidence. That hopefully shifts the momentum their way a little bit. But they've got to cap this off now with a touchdown cut into their opponent's lead.
This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far. But starting to get things moving, it's 1st and 10. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. Gliding to the right, still trying to make a play. And with not much doing downfield, he found his parents open in the stands and threw it to them.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throw.
Wants to throw it. Pressure coming. Remember, down where you start the slide, and he'll be short of the line to gain.
Hey, listen, it's important at that position to be able to be good off schedule. Everything's easy when it's on time. You can get the ball out, but when things break down and they get off schedule, you've got to have a guy back there that can make the right decisions. He did exactly that.
Trying to pick it up on the ground. He'll be stopped short. It'll be 4th down, and let's see what the decision is here.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella right in the middle.
This would likely be a chip shot for the field goal kicker, but they want the touchdown instead. They'll go for it on 4th down. On the move. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, TCU!
A big question mark for this offense coming into the year, guys. Who could score touchdowns? Who are going to be their biggest playmakers on offense? This guy scored in the first game. He's off to a great start in this one with that touchdown. This guy looks like the real deal.
And after the extra point, they've cut the lead in half, down 14-7. So a scoring drive there of 83 yards, and the capper on that drive, the 10-yard touchdown run. The returner will field it and try to set up his offense in great field position. He had a vision of getting loose, but he'll go out of bounds at the 18. Missouri's offense heads out ready to go. He stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. Might be calling a hot route. They'll start this drive on the ground with Hardy. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Well, this defense obviously knows they have to be able to stop the run now in the second half if they're going to win this game. And you wonder if they were able to make some tweaks and some adjustments at halftime, maybe getting some more bodies close to the line of scrimmage to give themselves a chance to come back in this game.
Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
There's a lot of QBs that when they get hit and when they get hurried and when they get pressured, they become very average. Really nice job by the defense, pressuring the quarterback.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Lined up in the gun, here's Simmons. fires it down the seam. Snatches it on the right. Off and running. Touchdown, Missouri! This crowd absolutely loving it as he rolled into the end zone.
I just love that about this team because right when it looks like the opponent has just a glimmer of hope, scoring a touchdown on the last drive, they just come right back out, David, and they put their foot down on the gas. They put their foot down on your throat. They stay aggressive and score a touchdown of their own.
It's just such an explosive offense, man. They can hurt you so fast. They're so dangerous. Defenses don't know what to do. You're right. Great answer. You give up a touchdown, you go right back and get you one.
The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. Snags it, and there's running room.
This slot receiver is a guy the defense has to be careful of. He runs good routes. He's got some speed, and if you're not careful, this guy can gash you.
And the Horned Frogs in a good spot here with second and short. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's paid. It's a fumble. That football must be riveted to your rib cage. How can you let it go? At least they fell on it. I don't know if it was luck or aggression or just a fortuitous bounce, but at least they've got the ball back.
Well, one thing I do know, Reese, this running back has got to do a better job with ball security. You cannot turn the football over and expect to win this game. They're very lucky they were able to jump on top of that one.
From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
Slides past the sticks, and he converts on 2nd and long. Great awareness on the scramble.
Hey, man, this defense, they look a little bit frustrated. Like, he's done this time and time again here in the first half, and it's still early in this football game, but they got to find an answer for his legs. Like, he's chewing up too many yards, making too many.
There's a crease. Makes it past the marker. They get him corralled, but he carries it all the way down to the 7-yard line.
And as a defensive guy, man, when you play a QB like this that will take off and run and has the speed to make you pay, it just limits what you can do. It limits the amount of coverages. It just makes you play a lot more hesitant. And you can see right there, man, the guy's got speed, interested.
Beck's going for the goal line, and he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Horned Frogs! Big-time touchdown there to get some much-needed momentum.
You got to find something, right? Who are you going to go to make that big play to get you back into it? You're not back in it yet. It's not tied. You're not there yet, but you're starting to inch back into it and get some momentum going.
And he makes the extra point. On the move from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. Quarterback may change this route. Here's Hardy to begin the drive. And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. They go right back to him. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Throwing Simmons. Gets it to him on the screen. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. Mizzou coming out with a fresh set of downs. They'll give it to Hardy. Runs for the tackle.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
They go play action with Simmons. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
You're not going to win a lot of games if you can't protect your quarterback. In their last game, they got sacked 4 times, lost the game. And so far in this one, they're having difficulty again. These guys up front have got to do a better job communicating and giving their QB time.
Lined up in the gun, here's Simmons on 3rd. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming. So Missouri will have to punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Oh, and now the ball has been knocked free. Quickly gets back on top of it and prevents a turnover. They stop him immediately, flying down the field and get to him before he can even get started.
I'm literally walking over to that guy. My man, thank you so much for saving my run. That could have been really, really bad. I could have been benched, but you got my back. Appreciate you, my man.
This drive will start at their own 27-yard line. On the run, it's Payne. Breaks into the open. The 40. The 20. Past the 10. Touchdown, TCU! Once he got some room, it was over.
And that's a great job by this offense. That's how you work the clock. You want to take as much as you can and punch that ball in the end zone. Masterful clock management, and they now take the lead going into the half.
And you just got to wonder, too, David, how does that affect the confidence of a defense, right? They needed to find some way, somehow, to get a stop, limit the damage on that final drive. They give up a touchdown. They're going into halftime now, trailing. They've got to raise their level of play in the second half.
Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Offense has enough time to get off a play before we head to the half. Simmons. He fires a bullet to the right. Pulls it in down the sideline. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. One more snap coming before halftime. Looking to pass. It's Simmons. Unleashes one deep. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
Well, I don't know if there was a lot of question with respect to who that ball was going to be going to. This quarterback knows who his best playmaker is, and on the final play of the first half, he was looking him up. It wasn't going to be easy, but they were able to execute, get on the same page, score the touchdown, and they've got the lead.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, welcome into our EA Sports Studios here in Orlando, the Week 2 edition of our College Football Update Show. We begin with a look in on Iowa State, taking on the number 14 team, the Iowa Hawkeyes. And it's the home team in one of those old-school fight-in-a-phone booth games. Neither team has been able to break out offensively, but it feels like the one that does will come away today with a signature win. Let's check in now on some of the other action today, as the landscape in this sport truly is ever-changing.
They'll keep it on the ground to start the second half. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one.
That's how you come up and make plays as a defense, man. Playing physical, playing downhill. They give him some plays today, man. He's got over 100 yards on the day. He's really had some success. But on that play, really downhill, really physical, and a nice job getting him to the ground.
Quickly out to the tight end. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
Yeah, and tight ends aren't just line up and block guys anymore. These guys are athletes. You line them up all over the field. And nowadays, you even start to feature them more and more in the passing game.
Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. Back to throw. It's Craig. Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. What a nice job by the defense stringing that out and forcing him out of bounds. He got nothing.
And absolutely nothing doing there on the quarterback run. Defense takes all the gaps away. They use their speed to force him to the sidelines. He didn't even gain any yards, guys, before going out of bounds.
Oh, and the ball's out on the return. And there he goes. Scooped it. Scored it. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Horned Frogs.
Man, that is a crazy sequence of events, right? There you are, you're the punt returner, and you're thinking, our defense just got a 3 and out. We started this game as well as we can. The last thing you can do is put the football on the ground, and kudos to the punt team getting down the field, recovering it, and taking it in for a touchdown.
I'm about to say, great job being alert, man. That ball gets hit. Once it gets hit, it's live. Now I scoop it up, get some blocking out in front. They take it back to the house. That is the way you start the football game. Your offense didn't do the job, but special teams comes through right away.
And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The Tigers send out the offense to go to work. They even things up the last time they had it, and the defense helped them out and a chance to go on top with this drive. There he goes. Touchdown, Tigers. They look finished, but they're all the way back, and they have the lead.
All game long, this guy's been putting his toolbox on display. He's got speed, he's got wiggle, he's got vision. That's another long touchdown run, David. And he made no bones about it earlier in the season. He said, I want to win the Doak Walker Award. He's putting up numbers today that are going to help him do that.
Yeah, this will go a long way. Already over 100. Now add this big, long touchdown run. The defense better find some answers, because I'm just going to keep giving it to them over and over again until they solve the problem.
It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. They weren't able to move it on their last possession, ended up punting it away, but now in a tight game, another opportunity for this offense. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
The defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
Looking to throw, it's Craig. Trying to make magic with his feet. Slides to the ground. He got away and picked up the first down on a 2nd and long.
Nice job by the QB, sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off, and slide. I love this slide at the end. Don't take a big shot.
They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Been showing them the run, now they'll throw it. Fires to the big fella. Oh, and the defense in chase mode, and they finally get him down at the 35.
And you've really seen the evolutions of tight ends, man. These guys are no longer just big bodies that block like the extension of the offensive line. They're more like receivers, and I love when the quarterback gets it out of his hands, and then you just watch. Like, they can make plays, they can run people over, they can now run around people. Like, so nice to have these tight ends.
I love this defense's ability to fight off blocks and rally to the football. They do such a great job pursuing that wide receiver screen to only allow a minimal gain and no first down.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. On the run, it's Payne. Maybe some room here. He's got it inside the 10. Mark him out of bounds at the 9-yard line.
And how about the big play by this running back? Nice job running with the football, good balance, seeing where he needed to go with the football, finishing the run. He gets knocked out of bounds, but how about this offense set up now on 1st and goal?
Snagged out of the air, and he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, TCU!
I know this offense had some question marks coming into the year with respect to who would be catching touchdowns in the offense. I think they may have found their guy. This guy had a TD in their first game. He has another one here. Right now, he's been a matchup problem for opposing defenses.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Here come the Missouri Tigers, the offense ready to go to work. That touchdown lead they had has disappeared, and now we have a whole new ball game as they start the drive. Got it behind the line. It's Hardy. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it. They thought they had that screen set up, but there was a giant hole in the screen, and they went backwards.
Defense obviously did a good job watching tape, Reese. They know this is an offense that's going to try and take advantage of their pass rush upfield and try to sneak some screens in, but nobody on defense fooled that time.
Here's Simmons to throw. Dumps it to the back. Got his man. Pulled down for the tackle.
And sometimes when you hand it to these guys, man, it's hard to find lanes. It's very congested in the box. But nice job when you spread it out and you give him space by throwing him the football. Sometimes he can use that blazing speed and make bigger plays. I look for them to continue to find ways to get that fast dude in space.
And a big deflection on 3rd down forces a 4th down.
Well, in the first half, this offense was up and down the field. It seemed like everything they were dialing up was working. And here we are in the 3rd quarter, and there's a very rare incompletion on their own end of the field. Maybe that's the play the defense needs now to spark some momentum.
He just about took that one all the way to the house. They finally get him down after a tremendous return. TCU ready to crank things up on this drive. They tied it with a touchdown the last time they had it and trying to complement the defense's good work by taking the lead here. Oh, he's got some space. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
That's just a really nice job by the running back making the first guy miss and going to get positive yards. This guy's got some wiggle. You saw it on that play.
The big pickup on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and 1. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. They've moved to the 16. It's 1st and 10. Defense looks like they're about to bring the house. Using his legs, it's Payne. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Right back to him on the ground. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone.
A lot of times when you think about speed back, speed, you think on the edge. You don't think in between the tackles. You don't think about breaking tackles. They try to break your ankles. The problem is when you're trying to run there as fast as you possibly can, a lot of times you don't get to put a good hit on him, and in turn you see he breaks tackles and make big plays.
And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
I love that play by the defense. They're hanging back, watching the QB's eyes. Great job in coverage on the back end, and then rallying to him when he decided to go try and run for it himself. And now this defense is set up 4th.
They're not into 3s. They want 6s. And to keep this drive alive, they'll need to get it on 4th down. It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. Desperately wanted to convert on 4th down, but couldn't do it. Making side adjustments here. They'll start this drive on the ground with Hardy. Could be an alley. Got enough for the first. Past the 50, the 40, at the 20. Touchdown, Tigers. And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half. He's doubled his touchdown output for the season in this game. 3 of his 6 have come in this one.
You know, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. To the air, it's Craig. Pocket breaking down. He'll pull it down and run. They'll force him out of bounds after a solid pickup on the play.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
He lofts one down the sideline. Goes high to pull it in. Huge plays like that can change the complexion of a game, and he's got it at the 22-yard line. That's the end of the quarter, and Missouri has the lead. They've built a cushion. They've got a nice lead. Now the task is finish the deal as you take a look at the third quarter stats. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. So first down will open up the final period. Makes the grab in their space. Got enough space. Touchdown, Horned Frogs! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. The Horned Frogs answer right back.
This offense needed a big play, and that is the guy that they need to go to help create a spark on offense. Awesome job.
And he knocks it through for the tie here in the fourth quarter. ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Mizzou has it back in the offense coming out on the field. Tie game, fourth quarter, plenty of time to work with, exactly where you want to be in this one. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
And offenses nowadays, they're really just counting numbers. How many guys do you have out wide? How many guys do I have out wide? If I have enough guys to block your guys, boom, it's just built into the offense. Pitch, catch, let me get a few yards.
Got enough for the first. They corral him out of bounds, mark it down at the 38, and this offense might have something going.
And, man, this is more of the same.
They've got a first down here. What a start it's been to this season. We've got a great game here. Close ball game, fourth quarter. Couldn't ask for anything more. Knocked down in the backfield, and, boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run.
Nice job by this defense staying home, not getting fooled. When the ball goes away from me, I don't just chase blindly across the field. They see the reverse, and I love the speed, the close, and the tackle. They get a tackle for a loss on that gadget-type play.
Knocked out of bounds at the 46 after the good pickup on that one.
I love the play call by the offense here running the ball. The score is what it is right now. You don't have to panic. You don't have to throw it every single down. You don't have to go up tempo. Just run your stuff. Be balanced. Run the football. Make sure this defense stays honest.
Give him a pickup of 2, now 2nd and 8.
Well, they're going RPO. Nice job handing it off, and really good vision there, just getting what he can get, right? Puts his foot in the ground, gets forward, helps this offense find positive yards.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Throwing Simmons. Looking to buy time. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
This pass rush is real, man. They force the quarterback, they flush him out to the left, and he's trying to scramble around, find an open guy. They still are able to get a hit on him, and that forces the incompletion.
They need to get a little closer for a field goal try, and they've got to do it in a hurry. From the gun on 3rd down, Simmons. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
It's so nice when you know it's 3rd and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
Going for it on 4th down late in a tie game. This is a huge play. Quarterback making adjustments. 4th down, Simmons. Converts on 4th down, still going. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that 4th down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
He's just outside the 20-yard line, stopped at the 21 after a pickup of 6. Missouri gets to the line quickly. Right back to Hardy. They'll give him maybe 1 on the play. It's down to the 20.
Well, I think the defense is expecting here on 3rd down that this running back's going to get it again. Got it on 1st, had a nice carry, got it on 2nd. Now he set him up in 3rd and short. You've got to be physical here and make sure this guy goes backwards.
Got his man out of the backfield. And into the end zone. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it 1st and goal.
And, man, this dude has been a weapon early in this football game. They just keep finding him. And the matchups are a problem. You want to put a linebacker on him, he's too fast for him. Continues to make catches, continues to chew up yards. You might want to think about putting a safety on him or somebody with a little bit more speed.
They want to run this quarterback. Touchdown, Tigers! They've got the lead here in the 4th. The Tigers are back on top.
Have yourself a day, young fella. You know why they handed him the ball a lot? Because he did that. That's his 4th trip to Payner. This dude has shown you a little bit of everything. What a great back. and 4 touchdowns on the day.
The extra point is good, and now in the fourth, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. The Horned Frogs offense takes the field, ready to get going. And now this offense needs a late fourth quarter drive to answer that last touchdown. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
And a lot of times the fit up front, linebackers are fitting holes, and that ball bounces, and it's supposed to go somewhere. And sometimes it goes to a DB, and the offense will get a W. Like, they'll get a win because you'll break a tackle. How about the tackle by that young fella? I know he likes to cover, but I love the way he comes up and makes the tackle.
To the air, it's Craig. Bringing the heat. Trying to make something happen. Turning it on. He's finally stopped, but a big play there with his feet as he moves those sticks. They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. The run inside. It's Payne. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. They'll try to snap it quickly. Right back to the well. He just carries it face long into a brick wall and has nothing to show for it again.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
What a big play this one could be. Tight game, getting late, 3rd and long coming up. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch. Got open on the post and then had no regard for his body in making that catch.
Exactly right. You know you're going to get hit a lot of times coming over the middle of the field, but he runs that post, lays out, makes the play for his quarterback. That's a tough hombre.
Big drive for this offense late, trying to tie the game. They've pieced together a couple of first downs, and here they come again. Gonna take a shot. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
And I understand the logic by the offense here. Obviously, you're down in this game. You're trying to claw back into it. Why not take a shot? Why not be aggressive in that time, but just can't come up with a completion?
Trying to pound their way forward. He picks up a couple to the 31.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Got his man. Could not make his way to the corner.
Well, they weren't throwing to the sticks on that 3rd down. They hit the drag route. They get a nice gain, but that now sets up 4th down with more yards to go, and it's decision time. I think moving forward on 3rd downs, you got to start thinking about routes down the field.
Field goal unit's not coming out here, guys. I think they're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th and long. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He's got it, first down and more. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, TCU! The Horned Frogs answer right back.
And, man, I don't know what they talked about at the half, man, but this team is rolling, doing an unbelievable job getting the football, putting it in the end zone again. And how about the defense doing their job, Palmer? Momentum is crazy in college football, but here in the second half, they've come out and seized it.
Yeah, this has been a master class in complementary football. Offense doing their job, the defense getting off the field, giving it back to the offense, everything going their way. And you're right, in college football, we see momentum shifts all the time. All of the momentum, all of the good juju right now, clearly on their side.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. From the gun, give to Hardy. Just searching and working for the running room as he gets it out to the 26.
All right, you're at a point in the game now where you've got to go. You need to get down the field and score points. I'm all for running the football, but in this part of the field, you now got to start kicking it into overdrive, start taking some shots and gaining up some yards.
Again, it's Hardy. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line.
A nice luxury for this offense to be in right now. They don't have to be in so much of a hurry. They can still run the football, be successful. Great chance right here knocking on the door to take the lead.
I just don't like the play call, guys. 2 straight runs, and you're just wasting clock. At this juncture of the game, you need to score, and you got to score quickly. Running the ball is not going to get it done.
Running inside, it's Hardy. Breaks the tackle.
The name of the game right now is getting yards and getting them in chunks. However you want to do that. I'm fine running the football, but you've got to be more productive than what we've seen on these last 2 plays.
They'll try to run it in with Hardy. He's got enough for a Missouri first down.
That has got to be so demoralizing for the defense. You haven't been able to stop this guy all game long. And here on 3rd down, they're handing it off to him anyway because they don't think you can stop him. This defense right now, you see a lot of people hanging their heads a little bit because they're not playing with tons of confidence.
He's going to lose a yard on that one. The Tigers will call a timeout. That's their first. And they'll still have 2 timeouts left for the rest of this game. Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Simmons. Oh, they're after him. And they couldn't connect on the deep shot. Let's see if things get worse. There's a flag on the field. Which way is this going to go?
You don't see offensive pass interference called very often, so usually you know it's pretty blatant. It's pretty obvious. It's a severe push-off or, obviously trying to break up a play so you don't give up a pick, but clear offensive pass interference on that play.
And the Tigers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. He's got the back in the middle. Bounced off his feet. The offense uses a timeout, 20 ticks remaining.
And we've seen him do it by land, right? They've been handing him the football, and he's been finding space, making some plays, and now he does it by air. They find him, throw him the football, proving to be a dual threat. This is a guy they like to feature in this offense because he'll continue to make big plays.
Now trying to keep this drive alive on 3rd and long from the 45. Early movement on the offense will push them back a bit. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. It's hard to think of a worse time for a penalty like that than at this stage of the game. It's 3rd and long. Lined up in the gun, here's Simmons. Going over the top. Gets him in stride inside the 10. Touchdown, Tigers. And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the 4th. The Tigers are back on top.
Well, it's a great job executing by the offense to get that touchdown. I think you kick the extra point right now, make it a 7-point game with only seconds to go.
The extra point is good, and now in the 4th, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. They put together an 81-yard drive, and the score comes courtesy of an explosive play in the passing game from 60 yards out. And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Payne. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. Timeout is called and the clock is down to 8. Got to get everybody lined up quickly. Time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. Looking for a man. It's Craig. Fires to the right. Pass falls incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left.
And, man, this is a tough spot to be in as this offense. And the defense is so deep, and you wonder if that's why they threw the ball underneath. But, golly, with the clock where it is, you have to get somewhere down the field to give yourself a chance, an opportunity to maybe be successful at the end of this football game.
Back to throw, and he's running out of time. He wants a big play here late. Ball is incomplete. Falls to the turf, and that's going to do it. And it went right down to the final play. A hostile environment can have a major impact on even the most composed, well-prepared team. So how much did the crowd play a factor in this upset?
Well, this is what makes college football so great, the home crowd and how they were able to impact this game. No doubt about it, David. They played a big factor.
And they're still jacked up, and they're still excited. They play a big factor, and it affects everything. College football, road atmospheres, they're tough. Even when the team isn't ranked like they weren't today, these are the types of moments that can jump up and bite you.
That's going to do it for us as the season marches on. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.